The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, of course, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? I probably should have ironed this shirt before I put it on, because definitely it's wrinkled as hell. But you still gonna get the information, so it don't matter. What's up, G Sawyer? What's up, Sherry? What's up, Wendy Lucas? Shout out to my moderator, Wendy Lucas. What's up, Brandee? Thank you for coming. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Reading that on the Shade Room literally broke my heart as a mom. Yes, I can imagine that. What's up, Casey? What's up, Beauty for Ashes? What's up, everybody? Oh, yes, use those emojis as well, too. Thank you. Being the first to break the story at all costs. Right. It's crazy because as you guys may have heard, his mom didn't even get a confirmation or anything that her son passed away, and she found out on social media. This reminds me of Kobe Bryant when his wife Vanessa found out her husband and her daughter passed away in a helicopter accident from TMZ, and they didn't even let her know. I mean, she didn't even know. Like, they reported it before the news or anybody got to it. It's a very unfortunate situation, and definitely I want to say prayers to Kevin Samuel's mom and his family, because definitely I know no matter the internet sensation that we know, they know the actual human being, so we have to respect that. And what's up to all my members too, by the way? I forgot to shout out the members. It's crazy. Like I said, when I first heard it, I didn't automatically run with it because I was like, this just sounds fishy. Like, who's calling his like apartment building to check on him? And then as the day went on, you kept hearing little information, little bits. First, they were saying that it was I think I can say the word overdose from fentanyl and cocaine. And then I was all like, nah, I don't take him to be that kind of person. But again, I don't know. And then you heard things about, it was a cardiac arrest. So, it is known that it was a cardiac arrest. And what happened was that he had a lady over there. She was about 31, 32. I forgot to black out her name, but I think the name's already out there. The lady met him that evening, Wednesday night, met him that evening. He came over and, she came over his place or whatever. She spent the night. And then that morning he was complaining about chest pains and she tried to help him. And that's when he fell on top of her. Now, I don't know how that scene went down or whatnot, but this is what she was saying. She called the front office, had them call 911. She called 911, called the front office and asked for the defibrillator. what is it called? It's called a filabator, right? The diffuser thing that they put to help you breathe and stuff like that. Ask for that thing. I'm saying it wrong, but she asked for that thing, right? And that's when 911 came. They tried to resuscitate him, and then they transferred him over or took him to Piedmont. I forgot it's Piedmont something. Defibrillator. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. uh, you know, took him, and then that's when they pronounced him dead. Um, what this made me realize is that I don't want to die alone. I thought I was okay being alone, but I don't want to die alone. This is some deep shit that I'm talking about. Y'all don't even feel me right now. Oh, Grady Hospital. Oh, okay. I don't want to die alone. Hey, Heart of Inspiration, thank you for coming. I don't want to die alone. Like, that's a horrible way to go out alone. Like, yeah, he had a lady friend over there, but what if she wasn't there? Like, that was probably supposed to be a one night stand. And just imagine all of a sudden this fool has a heart attack, and you all like, oh, what is going on? Like, I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it's like, damn. Oh, and thank you for correcting me. Not to help you breathe, but to shock you. It's like the thing. Clear. It's kind of like that kind of thing. But I don't want to die alone. Like, that has to be a horrible way of going out. Like, if she wasn't there, no telling when somebody would have found him, or would somebody um would when would they have found him, right, true, Paula. Watching, so yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want that too. It definitely has to be a traumatic experience for her. Just being honest, like, I can't imagine, you thinking you going over there for a hookup, and then the next day this fool. And that's what I was saying yesterday, because at the time we didn't know if it was true or not, but I was just saying, like, hey, make sure you guys check up on yourself. Go to the doctor, check up on your health. If you are not feeling right, please say something, or go to the doctor. If they tell you, oh no, it's nothing, get a second opinion. Always check on your health. Like, never just excuse something. And especially, when you are getting up in that age, you need to start checking yourself and making sure you're okay. And I'm not trying to be funny when I'm saying, like, when you get up in that age, I'm being dead serious. Um, just really check up on yourself. Like, be careful out there. Like, you just never know. And you're healthy. You, as far as we know, you only get one life, so you got to take care of yourself the best way you can. She's a nurse. I imagine she's seen it before. Oh, yes, yes, yes. They were saying that she was. Yeah. Do you think that we die before our time? Ooh, that's a deep question. I don't think that. Hmm. When children pass away, yes, definitely. I think they do pass away before their time, obviously. But as adults, it's it is really hard to say, because we kind of don't put a time limit on those kind of things. Who's to say? Um, but I think it brings me to the point where no matter what, you need to live a full life. No matter, what stage in your life that you're going through, you want to always live a full life. Now, if your life wasn't full, then yes, I believe that you passed away too soon. But if your life was full and you were happy where you were at, then I think you did live a complete life. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I go to the doctor every for every ache and pain. My mother says I overreact, but I have two kids and I need to make sure I'm good. Right. I respect that. I've been with family members as they have transitioned. There's a difference between that and a total stranger. Yes, we technically die alone. Okay. Okay, that's what you guys are. Okay, I get it now. What you're saying. Yes. If you feel fine, get a checkup. Yeah, even if you feel fine, get a checkup. I wrote that wrong. What's up? Just curious. 56 isn't that old, but we need to take care of ourselves and be careful what we are putting in our bodies. Yes. And, I don't know if he ever mentioned anything about his health. So, people assume if you're slim or, on the smaller side or skinny, that you're the healthiest person. And that is not true. That is not true at all. It doesn't matter if you, like, for instance, like cholesterol, heart issue, heart disease, those kind of things don't matter if you're a slim or skinny person. It can happen. A lot of things are hereditary and it just happens with age. Right. That's technically middle age. And middle age is 40 to 60, by the way, you guys. He was middle age. Right. It makes you want to get a checkup. Right. Just to make sure, like, hey, is everything good? I just want to make sure everything good. It makes you think about that kind of stuff. Um, but going back to my point of dying alone, technically he did die alone because this was just some random woman there. This wasn't like anybody. Um, this wasn't somebody special. Does that make sense what I'm saying now to you? Like, yeah, he had someone there, but when I mean die alone, you didn't have your partner, your wife, your, whatever. You died with a stranger. You died with a random hookup. Now, I don't know if they had, what's up, Shauna? I don't know if they did do the do or whatever. We can only assume. But we, you just don't know. You just don't know. Thank you. Gail said, I get it. I get it. Yeah. He had cancer when he was in college and dropped out. Yeah, he did recover from cancer. I do know that. Yeah. So I'm assuming, and that's a weird thing too. I know when you do have, when you're in remission and, you get over stuff like that, usually you do have further checkups to make sure everything's okay. So, definitely this could be a mishap and just something that happened. I know somebody pointed out all the Red Bulls he drank. Now, does Red Bull really do that to your heart? Because they were saying, I used to always, when I go to the bar, I used to always get Red Bull and vodka. And someone said, like, yo, that's not good for your heart to mix Red Bull and vodka together. So I stopped drinking that. I stopped doing Red Bull and vodka. I stopped doing that. And I was doing that in my early 20s too. So I was okay to die with loved ones around you. Right, right, right. He didn't have one, two. Yeah, he had two divorces. Dude was a deadbeat dad and didn't even have his own successful relationship with Yeah. But that brings me to the point, he was giving relationship advice, but he ended up dying alone. Yeah, he ended up dying alone. Like, that's not a way to go out, like, by yourself. It's not. It's not, y'all. Like, I don't think y'all realize how deep that is. And with a random. I'm not even gonna get into conspiracy theories if she had anything to do with. I don't even want to. I already put it out there, but I mean, damn, y'all. What's up, Kelly? Thank you for coming. When you drink with alcohol, yes, it does. Okay, it does. He died alone because he took his own relationship. Oh man, Hector, is it too soon for jokes? Nah. I think even in his own passing, I think that he understands the jokes. Like, the jokes are gonna come. Um, Just because one wasn't the best father, husband, or mate doesn't equal deserving to die. That's what they said about George Floyd. Ooh, you're right about that, Wendy. Ding, 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 ding. You hit the nail on the head. Yeah. If you don't want to die alone, then you have to set your life in that manner. Maybe wife and kids. Yeah. And he was, and to speak about it, he was divorced twice. Now, here's my thing. When y'all take relationship advice from people, typically people do like taking relationship advice from single people. I know this because I'm single as hell. People love taking advice from single people. And he structured himself as a well-groomed man, and he sold people on the advice that he gave. So again, those people were seeking help. And anybody, don't we always say, like, you can give the best advice but you don't take your own advice? We always say that, y'all. And no, this is just a lemonade. I had seen y'all ask me if this was a Cooter Blue. No, it's not a Cooter Blue. Future must feel dumb associating with that man because how he went out as not what he preached. Ooh. All right, y'all. We are going to take a commercial break real quick, and then we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2, and check out our friend Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Yes, she has her own channel. If you want hot topics without having to watch those 24-hour lives, go ahead and check our friend T out. Laugh, Gags, and Gossip. Make sure you guys check her out on Instagram and on YouTube.
Kim, that's a good question. Was it a lady of the evening? Was it a setup? We don't know. We really don't know until they do all the stuff they got to do, autopsy and all that stuff. We'll never know. Damn. Taking advice from single people, that's like telling me how to try to achieve. No, yeah. Okay, so y'all don't ask single people for advice about your relationship. Somebody out there understand what I was saying, not without a high value woman. True. I would have never thought Kevin Samuel's death would have been in the presence of a Yo, how ironic is that shit? Let's just talk about that for a minute. How ironic. Like, can you imagine? Yo, I don't know if I hate to say this, but I would probably freeze up because I wouldn't know what to do. This is why anytime you like, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I feel bad for this lady. Now, I don't want to say she set him up or anything like that. Like, I feel personally bad for her because this is probably going to be traumatizing for the rest of her life. I guess this is why they say, don't have promiscuous relationships. You know what I mean? Man, was he taking the blue pill? I kept on hearing about the child support because isn't his kids are grown? So does he owe like back child support? Cameron Samuels was an internet character. I don't believe he really practiced what he preached. Right. And I was saying that, because a lot of people were all like, oh, he was this, he was that. And I was like, I always took it that he was a character. Now, when it comes to his subscribers and the people that follow him, they are going to do what they're going to do always. Let's be honest about it. You can only tell your subscribers so much of like how to be and how to act. But I believe that he understood, like, oh, I'm playing a character. Let me play this shit up for the camera. And this is what we're going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. I see the views. I see the money coming in. Boom. I got this. I don't think she had anything to do with it, but I am wondering about more of his medical history. Right. Kim, my same question. Very ironic. A nurse just met, spent the night, and it was truly a one night stand. Right. High quality, high value. Right. Shit, I'm the one normally giving the advice to. I'm happily entangled single. Right. Okay. Y'all understand what I'm saying now. Okay. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Drop the link. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and drop it. Yeah, but I was just thinking, like, damn. So for those of you just coming in, I just want to reiterate his mom found out via social media that he passed away. She did not know. Again, this is one of those situations where um, people report on it before they get confirmation. And then it's a sad situation. Can you imagine finding out your family member passed away on social media? Well, actually, that has happened to me, but not a immediate family member though. Um, and again, the details are that the young woman met him Wednesday evening. He invited her over to spend the night. She spent the night. He said that he was having chest pains. She ended up trying to help him out, and then he fell on. He ended up falling on her. She called 911. Then she called the front desk for the defibrillator, and they took him to the hospital, and then that's where he ultimately passed. So and they're saying that it was from cardiac arrest. So that's all the information that we know now, as of now. And again, I have to say, allegedly, we don't know if there was a conspiracy behind his situation and what happened. Let me let Heart of Inspiration up here. Up here. What's up, Heart of Inspiration? How you doing?
Hey, good, good. I being a mama,
Hmm.
that would break my heart.
Yeah.
I think that I was saying this yesterday. I did not realize that I didn't, realize that she had learned this way. But I said that's why none of the major news outlets reported on it. Like it was
Hmm.
very late by the time BET finally came out and confirmed it. Like we started getting more of the reputable, news outlets.
Right.
Because after the Kobe Bryant situation and his wife finds out on, freaking Twitter or wherever, TMZ, before the police had even reached her to tell her that her husband and child had, been in that crash.
Hmm.
I feel like that's why we didn't really hear anything. But I do have I get that we are alternative news, right? And a lot of times you'll find out more truthful things from various bloggers or alternative news YouTube places or whatever than you will from
The major.
mainstream.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think someone in the chat commented, like, if you run around calling hospitals and calling this, and it's different. For the neighborhood talk had somebody that contacted them, I guess, or I don't know how they found out from the police officer. But you calling a hospital, you calling the
Yeah.
morgues, like,
Yeah.
that's a problem. I think that's a sickness, man. Come on.
Right. Like, I don't want to be the first to report on a death, Like, the thing is, it's one thing to talk about it, like, oh, this is what people are saying, but
Right.
I don't know if personally I'm going to go that extra mile and be calling, the hospital, the morgue, calling somebody's family, like, searching for. I don't know if I'm going that far. Like, I don't want to report something heartbreaking like that. Maybe like finding out somebody brought a life into the world, like somebody had a baby or something like that. I could see that that's more of a happy moment. But even then, that's private. You know what I mean?
Leave people's private stuff. Like, if you really were this close with this individual, that you had their family members' phone numbers, if you're gonna call and check on them, cool. But why you got to put it out publicly? Like, then
Because
your
people
motive.
ain't got nothing better to do. It's
Right.
just, not to cut you off,
No, go ahead, baby.
Heart of Inspiration. My thing is, with a touchy subject like this, trust me, family got to do what family got to do first. Because, me and my sister, we public figures, we deal with BET all the time. And,
Mm-hmm.
when our mother passed away, it was a lot of our friends and stuff wanted to put our mother's death out there before we had a chance to do that. And in the
Yeah.
public, I mean, in a private setting. So, as
Oh.
a parent, we're all, well, some of us are parents, it's
Yep.
hard to find out that your child is dead from TMZ or whatever,
Yeah.
the media, instead of, having them come to the forefront.
Yeah. And I'm sorry for your mother. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
definitely.
Um,
Dee brought up a good point. It's the first to catch the quote unquote
oh yeah.
exclusive, you know.
Yeah, I know that, but at what point do we not have a sense of morality and a sense of decency that we don't need to be the freaking first and have the exclusive and then put somebody's grief all on out on the internet? Like,
Mhm.
are we that bad? Like, are we that bad? And that's a
It's the
sad state of
society.
affairs.
It's
Right,
the
right,
society that we live in now. Back then, 80s, 90s, before the internet, it was word of mouth or whatever.
Sure
Now
was.
it's, such and such just
mm,
jumped up and died. And then it's like, okay, it is spread like wildfire. Like, you don't know if
right,
it's true or not. You don't know what the family's going through. And the
Right.
right.
company,
Because
like,
how many times has Sinbad been dead? You know, that's a
How?
little
man,
old school for y'all.
too many to be counted. Like last night, I did, reach out to a friend of mine who know Kevin personally, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And he like, it has been confirmed, but
Mhm.
it's like it's left up to the family to release that statement. That's how it is. It's like, let the family come together and release a statement. Just like Tracy, when Tracy Braxton died, a lot of people was rushing to get the news out there, but
Yeah.
it was the family that had a united front that released the statement. Yes, she died, but they found out they didn't release the statement until the day after she passed away.
Right.
Right.
And to answer Lovely, she said, I'm sorry, but why are we holding YouTubers to a different standard? The news stations, they want the same thing to be the first to get the ratings. I don't think it's the
I'm
problem
coming, y'all.
necessarily with reporting it. The problem is like what Heart Inspiration was saying, like calling the hospital, calling the morgue, calling, those kind of things to get the quote unquote exclusive, like going the extra mile to get it. It's not like, oh, we heard this information from someone who contacted us. It's like they're going the extra mile and calling it. It's almost like harassment. And then in a way, like we said, the mom found out on social media. That's what the problem was. Go ahead,
But
Art Inspiration, and then
what
Casey go.
what I was gonna say though is that I'm not holding them to a different standard. I guess now I'm middle aged according to y'all mother truckers. So I'm gonna leave y'all. Y'all gonna stop calling me old. Nah, that's
Let
what
me go
y'all
get
gonna
my
stop.
let me go get my Cuda Blue. Let me go get my
Give me
Cuda
your Cuda
Blue.
Blue.
Y'all gonna stop calling me old. Cause I can outdrink all y'all. Okay, let me just
Oh,
put that
oh,
out
oh,
there. I
oh,
drink
oh,
all
oh,
y'all under the table.
oh,
Who the
oh,
blue, brown, yellow, whatever it take.
Ooh,
Okay, I drink
Jesus,
all
take the
y'all underneath
wheel.
that table.
Jesus, take the wheel. Look, look.
I'm
Let the
just
church
telling you.
say amen. Let the
Let me
church
gather
say
y'all real
amen.
quick.
She,
But
but
I
go
hold
ahead.
them on. I hold the news. See, back in the day, no, we didn't have the internet, right? Because I'm 54, 53, almost 54. I gave myself a year. But it
You
was
gotta
a
subtract
thing
a year from COVID though.
when
You take
they
2 years.
but when they reported stuff early too, before the families found out, like it would be unaliving, but from one person to another, and you'd see it on the news before the family ever got notified. There'd be huge problems with that. People would get raked over the coals for that, and then they stopped.
Right.
They made sure that the
Exactly.
family had been notified before they put it out on the news as as journalistic responsibility. So I'm definitely not holding anybody up to a different standard. Everybody should have some damn common decency around here.
Right. You
But go ahead.
usually hear those things from the family. Like the family notifies somebody like, hey, this happened, and then they'll report it. That's the way it's supposed to work. Go ahead, Casey.
Hold on, Ricky. Hey, I'm back. Yes.
Mhm.
I agree with Heart Inspiration though. You know, it's just this is overwhelming for you to call the hospital, call the morgue. Look, Boozy K, Tasha K, Sniffy K, whatever you want to call yourself. You the new TMZ. Sit your black down somewhere and worry about paying Carly B that money, okay? Because any friend will go and contact the family or wait till the family release a statement. Tasha, you ain't no friend. You a foe. So sit down, grow some
But
hair.
no, Tasha
Yeah.
said she contacted him, but he didn't answer. She didn't say
But
he
she
passed away.
also but but she also did call the hospital though. That I do
And the
know. She called the
family.
hospital and the family. You don't do no shady
Oh,
sugar
okay.
sugar honey iced tea stuff like that. You don't do that. That's disrespectful.
Okay,
And
I was
people like
unaware of
Tasha
that part.
gives
Okay,
you
you're right.
I
people like
think,
Tasha give YouTubers a bad rep. Go ahead, Heart
yeah,
Inspiration.
I was gonna say this is interesting because what she said was she had called the hospital and a man by the name of Kevin Samuels had been reported to have been brought there. That was one thing, okay?
Mhm.
But what sent me over
They
the
said
edge,
Larry Reed
yeah,
too.
and Larry Reed did too. So, but what sent
Mm-hmm.
me over the edge was oh, I called the family. I called the family and I haven't been able to confirm it yet. I'm like, then why did you need to feel like, to me that's just like some narcissistic, oh, I got the family phone number and I called the family, y'all, and I'm gonna be sure to get the exclusive. Like, what's your motivation? I just don't feel the genuineness
But did she
behind
really
the
call the family though?
motivation.
Did she really call the family though? Because right now, as it see, Tasha is a bona fide habitual liar. Case in point, she's a liar. She can't be trusted.
Well,
And
Well,
yes, anybody who want
well,
any one of Tasha's fans can go ahead
Dixie,
and
please,
inbox me. Look, I don't care. Look, I will
Dixie,
pull up.
please.
Okay, yeah, I am that one. I will pull up. But no, what she did was wrong and dead wrong
mhm.
because, like I said, it goes back to if you're this man's friend, you will not you will let the family wait and call you instead of you calling the family because in the time of need, once again,
Yeah,
my mother, it's like especially when it's like sudden, not
Yes,
expected. You
right. It
you
wasn't
gotta
yes,
something
your
planned,
mind
you know.
emotions go you go from sad to mad to angry to want to fight to all that in one setting.
yeah.
Tasha, yeah, you it's just not cool because like let the family do what they got to do, and for his mom to
Yeah,
find out on social media like that, that's a slap in the face.
Yeah.
yeah. And I
'Cause I
and
mean,
I think for me,
lead attorney said on his live stream, he was streaming the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. And when this first started
Oh Lord, here we
flying
go
across, he
with her
said,
non-crying ass. I mean, excuse my language.
yeah, but I have whatever. I'm gonna leave that be right there for right now. But anyway, he said that he had tried to call too. Now he's personal friends, but he left it at that. And I understand that, like, if you hear some news like boom right on, and you have a personal relationship, and you're like live
mhm,
or whatever, however the case may be, yeah, of course,
right,
I expect for you to say yes. I've tried to contact. Yes, I'm trying to confirm. There's this really weird gray area, and
It
I'm
is.
not sure where the line is, but
right,
I, all I can say, it just doesn't. It's not feeling. I understand you need clicks
right.
and views because you got a $4 million bill, baby, and I don't know how much you got to pay them lawyers. I get you need a click and a view, and I get you need your. I'm not trying to stop your bag. I'm just wondering. I think we as a people have to really begin to say, where is the line? You
There
know,
isn't, and
Yeah,
that's the
I
thing.
think
There
for
is
me,
no
if a
line.
friend is actually going through something and like I'm hearing something and I reach out to them and I don't get a response, the only thing I would say is like, hey, I haven't got a response from this person, but I'm looking into it and leave it at that. Or just not say anything in general, I think is the best thing
or
if
just
you
say
are
something
concerned
confirmed.
about somebody. But if you say
Exactly.
that I contacted this, I contacted that, that's giving too much information and that's leaving too much open ended and confirming certain
It's cloud
details
chasing.
of
Like, can we
people.
just
It
call it
And
what
is.
it
yeah,
is? It's cloud chasing.
Let's call a
right. And
spade,
I think
right?
that it's not right to to do that to someone you consider a friend. Like, leave it the way it is. Leave it out there. Just be like, hey, I don't know anything. I'm checking to see what's going on, and then leave it at that. If you're gonna say something, but don't give the details of what you done did and who you contacted, because that leaves too much to be desired, and it's all like.
And maybe that's because having been, an ordained minister for so many years and now still in this spiritual space and the counseling space, maybe that's my sense of, you respect the privacy of people. Right. That's just how I was raised. So yes, of course I would call. If I was personal friends with this man, I would have called him. If I was live, I probably would have said, I just tried to call. I didn't get an answer. As we get anything else, I'll find out. I just wouldn't have made it public.
Right. You would have left it like that. That shows a real friend from a foe. A real friend would just leave it. Oh, I reached out to such and such didn't answer. No comment, or don't even say nothing. Like, no comment.
I was cool with him saying that I couldn't reach him either, and you could tell there was actual concern on his face.
Right.
Totally cool with that. And he left it.
Tasha, on the other hand, she want to take it and run with it, so she could, like you said, click in the base. She want to, I want to be the first one on the ground, whatever. No.
Yeah, someone said Storm was calling live. Like, he was calling the hospital while he was live. That's what someone had said in the comments.
Well, that's awesome.
My thing is, people that do that look for situations, that look for news like that, disgust me. That's one of my pet peeves. When somebody's going through, let them go through. They will reach out when it's the right time. Bring you back to 2009 when the whole Michael Jackson incident happened, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead."
Yeah,
I remember that.
And it just, it was his family that released a statement, aka Jermaine, the fame whore, but still, it still goes back to let the family release the statement. Don't do that. Let the family. Don't go looking for trouble, because when you go looking for trouble, you're gonna find it, and you might not like the trouble that you're gonna get.
But do you think this is a society problem, AT2 and Casey? I feel like.
Yeah.
I think yes, it is.
Because I think that it's not going to be a thing where it changes. It's always going to be like this, especially with social media now. It's going to be who's the first to put out a story, and how you get the story. It doesn't matter. As long as you get the story, it doesn't matter how you get it. You get it the way you get it. Goddess, I do want to say something about your comment, because I think the neighborhood talk had said, like, a cop had reached out to them, but they didn't want to say the name of the officer that reached out to them. So it is a thing where, like, also they're giving information to the blog. So it's all like, damn, you can't trust anybody. Let me go ahead and let Smooth on here. What's up, Smooth? How you doing?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, only thing I wanted to say is that, because I work at a hospital, when people call and they ask names, you're not even supposed to give a name of anybody that's there. When people want information about a particular patient, they have to have a code that they got from the family to even find out if that person is okay. That's how it's ran at our hospital.
Exactly.
But Smooth, let me ask you this. If somebody was brought in, so Mr. Samuels was brought in, his mother didn't even know, right, that he was even there. The family didn't even know he was there. So there wasn't even time to set up a code. What would happen in that kind of situation?
That's it. He if he's ever been in the system, he would have a person to contact. But then they also get information that a lot of times they have the patient's phone with them, or they'll get information from their license when they come in there with a license. They are never supposed to give out patient information, point blank, period. So I don't understand how these people were calling and finding out that he was actually there. Usually when a patient comes in like that, when they come in from an emergency, they come in with a flight name like Alpha, Delta, things like that. They never have their actual name. When they come in through like life flight and through an ambulance and they're unconscious and things like that, where they can't even communicate, they never even have a name. They come in with a flight name.
Because I was gonna ask Smooth, like, when somebody's coming in, and especially like an emergency like that, like how long does it take before you even know the name of the person? Like how they even know who he was?
I have seen patients, and I'll go, if they may been in the hospital for 24 hours and still have a flight name. They have a medical record number and a flight name. And even after their families have been there, the information still takes a time to change. That's why I say I don't understand how people were calling and finding out that Kevin Samuels was actually brought in, because I've never heard of that before.
Southside was saying all you need is the person's name and their date of birth, and then they'll confirm it for you.
I think it depends on the state.
They'll do that.
But as far as HIPAA goes, they're not even supposed to do that.
Right.
Exactly.
I promise you that.
Right. They're not supposed to, but I'm here in Wisconsin. I can tell you right now, if I were to call about somebody and say, do you have a patient by the name of, and 10, sometimes, if they have multiple names similar, they'll say, well, do you have a date of birth or whatever? But a lot of times they've never, even to this day, they don't ask me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's here in Wisconsin. So I don't know. Like, I mean, I know HIPAA is national, but this is kind of an interesting situation that it depends on the
Angel
facility.
said she was able to call in Marietta, Georgia, and confirm the brother. Wow, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so it seemed like, technically, Smooth, they are not supposed to give that information, but it seemed like depending on who you call and what hospital, they'll give you the information.
But every hospital got that one ratchet nurse or whatever, that will go and spread business. Like for real.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. I used to, I got my degree in doctoring, aka, Dr. Casey, but still, what turned me away from the hospital I used to work at and focus more on the entertainment business is how they treated the patients, and it's just, it's classless and tasteless all at the same time, because you, as again, a grieving family, you want that privacy. So, but you got nurses, Shaquita Washington or whatever, or Lolo, and she like, oh, girl, such and such died or whatever, just to spread the news. It's just horrible. Especially in California.
There's definitely
California.
There's definitely people that will run to a phone, like, because we still have in Houston, we still have, a lot of different celebrities. If somebody, certain celebrity come into the ER or something like that, there are people that will run and make that phone call. But if you ever get caught, you're going to get fired and prosecuted.
Exactly.
That is crazy. So is it, and Smooth, let me ask you, so is it like a process to where, someone calls for a name, like, how do you know that it's a family member? Like, do they have to give you confirmation in person that they're an actual family member? Like, is it easy to like try to?
Well, see, that's the thing. They don't even take that chance at our hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, if you're looking for somebody, you need to contact their point of contact first.
Yeah, because my thing is like anybody can say I'm a brother, I'm a sister, I'm a mom, I'm a dad. Like, how do you really know who they are?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how other hospitals run it, but that's how they do it at our hospital.
Well, let me piggyback off of you, Smooth. The hospital I used to work at, we will, let's say we're going to use AT2 for an example. Something happened to AT2 and somebody called like Tasha Care or whatever. We'll be like, contact the person in charge, contact the family. Whether or not he's doing good or not, you still got to tell him, contact that individual.
Exactly. That's how it is with ours. If you know who, like, if you're looking for AT2, his point of contact might be his mother. You can say, well, if you know this individual's mother, you need to contact them. We're not allowed to give you that information.
Right.
And that's how that's how it goes with us. But I don't know. Like I said, you will have people that want to break that news, that will run to a phone and call, some blogger or YouTuber or whatever, especially if they got a little check on the end of it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you ever get caught, if it's ever found out, you are done.
But it goes back to like yesterday. I didn't even want to believe it. In even with my best
Right.
friend, who we grew up together. Um, I didn't even want to believe him. Even when I broke the news that my friend said it was confirmed, I didn't want to believe him until after all the media like BET or whatever said something, and that was late last night, early this
Late.
morning.
It
Well,
was late last night.
yeah, but what
Mhm.
was disturbing to me is like nobody had a confirmed information. I'm like, is it too much
Right.
that is it too much to wait till it's confirmed?
Right.
Like
It,
Because I,
everybody, even all of some of the news outlets was saying this is unconfirmed information, but we just heard. And it's like,
right.
okay, so we're reporting stuff that's unconfirmed
And it
that
goes
you
back.
just
right,
yeah.
because I
It
was
goes back to the
even
media.
looking at something when it came to reporting on it. I believe the first was Gossip in the City. I never heard about that because some people were saying, "Oh, because you didn't hear it from a large media or mainstream media, y'all don't believe that it's true. Y'all don't believe in like black media," and it wasn't anything like that. I've never heard of Gossip in the City. I don't know what the fuck that is. So that's
Well,
why I
black media is the
didn't
one that
believe it.
killed off the queen. Remember, black media killed
Oh,
off the
That's
queen.
the point, though.
oh,
I ain't gonna go on a rant and
oh,
start cussing people out. So
I'm just I'm
we're
just
gonna stay off
saying.
of that one.
I'm just
oh.
saying. I'm just saying.
The views and opinions of the panelists are not that of AT2 Entertainment. Wow, bruh, you went there.
No, no, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Well,
Let the
um,
church say amen.
nah, preacher, now. I don't know.
I'll cheers to that.
You're not gonna get me on that amen, bruh.
Ooh.
Goddess Godiva has a really good question. She's asked a couple times. She's wondering if HIPAA covers the morgue as well.
Well, yeah, anything that provides the information, any kind of information that identifies a person, and
Even
that's
if they're deceased, because you're not getting medical attention. I mean, I'm not to be morbid, but you're not getting medical attention at that point. You're deceased, and that you being deceased is going to be public knowledge.
now the we have the morgue in our hospital, and because it's part of the hospital, that
Uh-huh.
it's considered still giving out patient information, even if the
Oh.
patient is deceased until that patient is released. Now, the medical examiner, I believe it's the same way. They can't give out information. They have to direct you to the family.
Yep.
Well, they can't get, but they do. No, I think the medical examiner can at least confirm whether that person has passed. They cannot give out results of the autopsy and any I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
lost for words. When they the whatever report where they see what drugs was or was not in your
The
system.
toxicology.
Toxicology. Thank you. Toxicology report. They can't give that out until it's publicly released. Like they won't give out any of their initial findings. But
by
and
the
I'm just
time we get to the medical examiner, though,
yeah.
that information has already been released. The name of that person has already been released, and at that point, that's when they start discussing how that particular person was found and what they noticed. But they don't give out the toxicology or anything because they don't have it already. But usually, the police by that time, the medical examiner have the body. By that time, everybody knows who that person is.
Right, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Goddess though. You can confirm a morgue to and maybe there's a difference from what I'm hearing you say between a morgue and the medical examiner's office. I think we think TV and the morgue is the medical examiner, right? We
Right,
don't
they're
think
two different.
morgue is in the hospital. So that's two separate entities.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We
Well,
have
you
a
learned a lot
I
today.
do because Goddess is right because like you can call like for missing persons and stuff like that like for information. I did hear that is true, so that does make sense that you can call and find and confirm some kind of information when it comes to that.
but in the case of a missing person, they're usually in the morgue as a Jane or John Doe. And
Exactly.
and until that person is identified by
Mm.
the family, you don't know that person's name. The people,
True.
the
Yeah,
Yeah.
message,
that's
they don't
right.
know that person's
They have to
name.
be identified in that
There's a
case.
lot
You're
of
right.
nuance here. But I mean, regardless, I feel like our desire for, I mean, we've created this, right? Our desire for
Mhm.
salacious news, our desire for news about people that's negative, people will click on, if I was to put up a video, I don't know about my peeps, but if you were to put up a video today that was just like, Cardi B lost her mind and she's hating life, or so and so caught their husband cheating and whatnot, everybody's gonna click on that.
Oh yeah.
We want to see famous people's demise, even if it's the ultimate demise.
And even if
And
it's a lie.
Exactly.
Right.
A lie will go further than the truth. And with the internet and the
Definitely.
celebrity, the lie will go. They'll believe a lie before they believe the truth.
or negative information, like anything negative. It's like, why are we
Exactly.
so quick to want to see people be down, just because they're famous or they're rich or whatever? Like, that jealousy is what gets me. I don't, maybe.
Yeah.
And for me, there's still, regardless of how you feel about a person, I thought that the dragging was too soon.
Hmm.
For
Mm.
me, the dragon is too soon. If you don't have anything nice to say about someone that's passed, I think is you should be respectful to the ones that living that love that individual and not go on with that. It's plenty time to drag him. There'll be plenty
Right.
time to drag him.
Right.
You don't
Right.
have to drag him moments after you find out he's dead.
Do you feel like it's dragging to
Exactly.
talk about what he stood for? Or, like, to me, the dragging, like, I thought it when the tweets like, "Happy Mother's Day to all the single mothers and the ladies over 35, he's dead." Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that was
Right.
sick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ignorant.
I
It's
mean,
petty. It's petty.
I just like I said, I don't I just recently had an uncle that passed away. Now me and him
Mhm.
did not have a relationship for various reasons. Now there's a lot of things I could say about him, but I'm not gonna say them, you know, right now to deal with it
Right.
right now because I
Right.
don't
Right.
think it's a
I
good
feel you.
time. People are hurting regardless of how I felt about him. People in the family are hurting.
Yep.
There's a
So I'm
time and a
not.
place.
There's a time and a place to do that, and I
Mm-hmm.
just,
Right.
and that's what carried the story
Mm-hmm.
so long on the internet the other day, yesterday, for his mother to even find out, and that's how his mother find out. You find out on social
Right.
media where everybody has nothing but horrible things to say about your son.
Right. And
Exactly.
how
That's
devastating that gotta
crazy.
be. Like all of a sudden you look at social media and you all like, what the hell is all these people? Like for me being a YouTuber, and I always say this, like I can kind of separate the character that we see from the person,
Exactly.
in their personal
Hmm.
life. So for me, I can automatically like detach it. Now there's some people I can't. Like I think they're really like horrible people. But for the
Mm.
most part, I can separate the character that they are online compared to the person that they might be in person. So for me, like I can always like sympathize, for situations like this, and especially when you have, excuse me, where it's being reported and there's no confirmation from the family. Like I knew there was something going on because the family didn't come out and say anything. That's because they didn't know. And then the way they find out is through social media. Like how devastating is that? Like I don't want to talk to no media and confirm anything. Like F y'all. Y'all
Yeah.
reported the story before I even found out. F y'all. I don't care
But you know
what y'all
what?
think.
So honestly, to piggyback what you said is not a lot of people know how to separate the character from the actual person.
Mhm.
Some people,
Right.
what you see is what you get. Like you're petty on YouTube, you're petty in real life. So basically, it's hard. You have to have that strong individual to know how to separate the two.
Right, but we also have to be careful and responsible for the character, if you will, that we portray on social media. You
Ooh,
know
that's
what I'm
big.
saying?
Exactly.
Like, there is a separation. I mean, there's certain things that in my personal life I would never put out, although I'm pretty transparent on on the YouTube streets. but I have to be and I expect to be held responsible for what I put out on social media. So when that persona gets so big and the message to me is toxic, some people would not say that. Well, some people say that it wasn't, whatever. But then isn't this what you kind of expect?
Well, no, yeah, I mean that's what he
Right,
expected.
right.
But we
Yeah.
have to also understand he's somebody's son.
Absolutely.
He's somebody's father. He's somebody's
Absolutely.
brother.
Mhm.
He's somebody's uncle, cousin. So they
Absolutely.
may not know him in the same way that the public knows him.
Yep, I
Right.
agree.
Right.
And you know
I
what?
had a
It's
problem
something
with it.
about it's something about the culture that's created around the fan base. I think
Right.
that the fan base was more toxic than actually him, if that makes sense.
Isn't that with all these celebrities? Like when you get mobbed by some celebrity fan base, that's exactly that whole nuclear polarizing attitude that they
Yeah.
have. That's just it with fan base. I don't understand people this fandom today.
The fans in the stands, they are horrible.
Yeah, I don't
Horrible.
understand it. And
That's because
If
we'd
I
rather
ever
have
find out
drama
any
than
of my
peace.
people, what you say, Hard Inspiration?
I said because a basic human nature is let me go after the drama rather than living your life in peace.
not
Mhm.
me.
Not me either.
Exactly.
Which is why I
Right.
don't have almost 1 million subscribers, because I'm not going for I want my life peaceful. Okay. I'm
Right.
not trying to get out here and rile everybody up. I want to have intelligent conversations, put out my spirituality, help you live in peace. But the reality of it is there's so many people. That's why we still have the beef sector. That's why we still have this sector and that sector.
Mhm.
Because we want to live our lives vicariously through someone else, and we want the drama. Like a lot of people want the drama because they
Right.
don't want to take the time to quiet
Right.
their own demons. Now I'm gonna let that go.
You're right about
you're
that.
right. It's like,
Yeah.
I think some
Exactly.
people take solace in knowing that other people are just as messed up as they are.
Or worse.
Exactly.
Or worse.
That is
yeah.
true.
Right.
Well, I don't
Digital Gangster Podcast said, Kevin left big shoes to fill. I hope this brings us all together to realize life is short and be willing to compromise more with one another. Oh, wow. That was a nice message. And thank
I
you for the
agree.
super chat. I agree with that. Definitely. Because,
Yep.
like I said, even if you loved him or hate him, like he did kind of transcend past, the YouTube, and he was like this. He created his brand to be this larger in life brand, even if the advice was shit or some people did follow his advice. He created this brand and knew how to market himself, and that's what I respect, the whole image and the marketing behind him and how he was able to create this brand. That's what I more or less respect. And then some of the stuff that he said I thought was funny, and then some of it I was like, ooh, that's a little spicy. I wouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean.
Well,
For me, I think a lot of what he said, I can find a little truth in what he said, but I think his delivery is what a lot of people had a problem with.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the show here. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, Heart of Inspiration, as always, for coming on. Thank you, Smooth, for coming on for the first time. I appreciate that. And then, of course, Casey, thank you for coming on.
Well, glad to be here.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank y'all. See y'all. Hey.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, y'all. It's been an amazing show. Oh, was there somebody else on there? Oh, okay. Never mind. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, everybody, tuning in for the show. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you already haven't subscribed. This was a great conversation. Like I said, whether you guys, what's up, Erica? Whether you guys are indifferent or, like them, love them, whatever. At the end of the day, like I said, this was somebody's son. His mom, like I said, mom did not find out until social media said that he passed away, which is very unfortunate. So definitely prayers for his family and everyone else too as well. His friends and family. I just want to say this kind of does let us know that life is short. We need to live every day like it's your last day. And like I said, when somebody asked me about, is there such thing as dying too soon or going too soon? Yes, I do think there is. When you don't live your full life, I think you have passed away too soon. But if your life was full and it was everything that you imagined and everything that you wanted, then I believe that your passing was and it could be in time. But I will say this: did Kevin live a full life? Yes, he did. But then I go back to the question, oh, hold on, because, I didn't even put up my banner or anything like that. No disrespect, but, if y'all want to donate to the show, definitely you can. But anyway, no matter what you think about him, his platform is going to be here forever. I don't think they're going to take down his YouTube channel. I like Digital Gangsta Podcast said, he's going to be, it's going to be big shoes to fill. His legacy lives on, especially when we have somebody who did transcend past the whole YouTube and built like this whole marketing brand. You have to respect that at the end of the day. So I just want to say that. But other than that, y'all, we out of here. Deuces. Love y'all. We'll be back later. Don't worry. Every time I try to hit the outro, it never works.